In secondary xylem, there are two types of wood that can be distinguished clearly. First one, sapwood. Second one, hardwood. Sapwood is the outer part of the wood, whereas hardwood is the inner part of the wood. Sapwood is pale in color, whereas hardwood is darker in color. Hardwood, otherwise called as alburnum, whereas hardwood also called as duramen. So, in the secondary xylem, there are two types of wood which is distinguishable. First one is sapwood, second one hardwood. Sapwood is found on the outer part of the wood and it is pale in color, also known as alburnum, whereas hardwood is inner part of the wood and it is darker in color, also called as duramen. The sapwood can conduct water while hardwood stop conducting water. Sapwood can conduct water, whereas hardwood they block the conduction of water. Why? Because in hardwood, the secondary xylem hardwood containing tyloses. In last class, we discussed about what are tyloses. Tyloses are balloon-like growths and they block the conduction of water. So that's why the hardwood is colored that almost hardest part of the wood, whereas the sapwood is pale in color. Then, if we look economic point view, the hardwood is more useful than sapwood. So, in economic point view, economic importance, if we look economic importance, hardwood is more useful. Hardwood is more useful and it is more resistant and more durable. More resistant and durable. The hardwood is highly resistant against microorganisms and insects. So, if we look at timber value, the hardwood is more useful and it is more resistant and durable. So, this is all about sapwood and hardwood. So, now we can differentiate between sapwood and hardwood. Sapwood, hardwood. So, sapwood is the living part of the secondary xylem or wood, whereas hardwood is the dead part of wood. So, it is living, whereas hardwood is dead. Now, it is situated on the outer side of wood, whereas hardwood is situated in the center part of the wood. So, sapwood is outer part of wood, whereas hardwood is center part of wood or secondary xylem. Then, the sapwood is pale in color, whereas hardwood is darker in color. So, sapwood is pale in color, whereas hardwood is darker in color. Then, the sapwood is very soft in nature, whereas hardwood is hard in nature. The sapwood is soft in nature, whereas hardwood is harder in nature. And the presence of tyloses in hardwood, whereas the absence of tyloses in sapwood. So, no tyloses in sapwood, whereas presence of tyloses. Presence of tyloses. And the sapwood is not durable and not resistant to microorganisms, whereas the hardwood is highly durable and more resistant to the microorganism. So sapwood is no durable and resistant, durable and no resistance against microorganism, whereas hardwood is highly durable and highly resistant against microorganisms. Hence, the timber value or the economic importance of hardwood is high or more useful than the sapwood. So, these are the differences between sapwood and hardwood. Okay. So, these are about secondary xylem. So, these are about secondary xylem of the stem. Now, we are going to see secondary phloem. Now, we are going to see what are the features of secondary phloem. Okay, so what are the features or what are the things that comes under secondary phloem? So, the vascular cambium ring produces secondary phloem or bars on the outer side of the vascular bundle. So, we already looked at. So, if you consider this is a vascular bundle, this is a vascular cambium, and the cells which cut inwards to the cell, inwards to the vascular cambium is called the secondary xylem, whereas it cuts outward is the secondary phloem. So, now we are going to tell about the secondary phloem. So, secondary phloem is the outer side of the vascular bundle, outer side of the vascular bundle. So, secondary phloem also called as bast fibers or bast. We called secondary xylem as wood, whereas secondary phloem also called as bast. So, just as the secondary xylem, the secondary phloem also has two systems. So, just like secondary xylem, it is also had two tissue systems. First one, axial system. Second one, radial system. Axial system and radial system. So, axial system is formed as a result of vertically elongated fusiforminations, just like secondary xylem, whereas the radial system is horizontally elongated radiations, just like secondary xylem. Okay, so the secondary phloem has two tissue system, axial system which is formed of vertically elongated fusiform cells, whereas radial system formed of horizontally elongated ray initials. And the axial system containing some elements. Axial system containing sieve elements, phloem fibers, large phloem parenchyma. So, axial system containing sieve elements, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma, whereas the radial system containing only radial system cells containing only ray cells. Only ray cells. This are all just similar to secondary xylem. If we compare the lifespan of secondary phloem and secondary xylem, the lifespan of secondary phloem is less compared to secondary xylem. So, the lifespan is less to secondary phloem compared to secondary xylem. The secondary phloem is a living tissue. So, it can transport soluble organic compounds which is made by photosynthesis, and it can be transported to various parts of the plants. So secondary phloem is a living tissue. Secondary phloem is a living tissue. So it can transport organic substance. It can transport organic substance or organic molecules. So these organic molecules are prepared as a result of photosynthesis. So these organic molecules are transported to different parts of the plant part or different parts of the plant. Okay. So secondary phloem is a living tissue. So it can transport organic molecules, and the organic molecules are produced as a result of photosynthesis, and it can be transported to different parts of the plant. So some economically important phloem or secondary phloem or bast fibers are obtained from some plants like flax, hemp, sun hemp and jute. Flax, jute, hemp and sun hemp. So these plants may produce some economically important secondary phloem or bast fibers. So these plants may produce economically important bast fibers. Bast fibers also called as secondary phloem. Okay. Then we are going to discuss peridome. What are peridome? Peridome is simply a protective tissue. A protective tissue which are secondary in origin. So during secondary growth, the peridome are formed. They are protective tissues, and what they are doing is they replaces the epidermis and primary cortex, and it protects the secondary system. So whenever the stem and root increases in the thickness by secondary growth, the peridome replaces the epidermis and primary cortex. So the peridome which replaces the epidermis and primary cortex of stem. Then these peridome act as a protective tissue. Normally in primary structure, the epidermis acts as a protective tissue, while the secondary growth takes place. This peridome, it is a protective tissue which is originated during the secondary growth. It replaces the epidermis and primary cortex, and it acts as a protective tissue to the secondary tissues. So there are three types of or three forms are in the peridome. First one or three types of cells are in the peridome, that is phellem, phellogen and phellodome. Phellem, phellogen, phellodome. Phellem is nothing but cork. Phellogen is core cambium. Phellodome is secondary cortex. Okay. So peridome consists of phellem, phellogen and phellodome tissues. So these are the tissues which is formed during the secondary growth of phloem. Now we can detailedly look what are phellogen. What are phellogen? Phellogen are cork, cambium. Co-cambium. They are secondary lateral meristems. They are secondary lateral meristems. Okay, they are secondary lateral meristems, and it comprises homogeneous meristematic cells unlike vascular cambium. So, unlike vascular cambium, the co-cambium containing homogeneous meristematic cells. These homogeneous meristematic cells are arise from the epidermis, cortex, phloem or pericycle, that is extrastellar origin. So, phellogen contain homogeneous meristematic cell which lack in the vascular cambium and are extrastellar in origin. So, it is originated from either epidermis, cortex, pericycle or phloem. And what happens is cells divide periclinically and produces radially arranged files of cells. So, periclinical division occurs in the cambium, and it forms a radially arranged files of cells. It forms a radially arranged files of cell. It forms a radially arranged files of cells. So, periclinical division happens and radially arranged files of cells are formed. Okay. Now, these radially arranged files of cells may differentiate some cells towards the outer side, whereas differentiate some cells towards the inner side. The cells which is differentiate towards outer side is called phellem. Outer side is called phellem, whereas the cells which is differentiate towards the inner side is called phellodem. Okay, so these phellogens may differentiate some cells towards the outer side which forms phellem, whereas these phellogen may differentiate some cells towards the inner side is called phellodem. First, what are phellem? Phellem are also called as cork. Phellem are also called as cork, and these are the differentiated cells towards the outer side of the phellogen, and they are the protective tissues which is composed of non-living cells with fibrinized walls. So, these phellem are nothing but they are protective tissues formed of non-living cells having fibrinized wall. They are called phellem. What they done is they replaces the epidermis in the older stems and root of many plants. So these phellem may replaces epidermis of dicot, stem and root of many seed plants. And these phellem are regularly characterized by they are regularly arranged tiers or rows of cells. The cells of cork are regularly arranged rows or tiers of cells. Okay, and in some plants, in some trees, the phylum may be broken somewhere here and there due to the presence of lenticels. Due to the presence of lenticels, the phylum may be broken here and there in some trees. Okay, so these are about phylum. Now we are going to move phylloderm. Phylloderm is secondary cortex. Phylloderm is secondary cortex. They are simple cortical living cells. They are simply cortical living parenchyma cells. Cortical living parenchyma cells, and the cells which is differentiated towards the inner side of the phyllogen or phylloderm or secondary cortex. So these are about periderm, that is, it consists of phyllogen, phylum and phylloderm. Okay, this is epidermis, this is cuticle. Now these are the phyllogen or cork, phyllogen or cocambium. They are the radially arranged rows of cells. Radially arranged rows of cells or files of cells, and we already said the phyllogen may differentiate cells towards the outer side and towards the inner side, and towards the outer side it forms phylum, whereas towards the inner side it forms phylloderm. Here the phyllogen may produce or differentiate cells towards the outer side. Okay, and they are regularly arranged rows or tiers of cells. So these are phylum, or otherwise called as cork, and these phyllogen may differentiate some cells towards inner side is called as phylloderm, otherwise called as secondary cortex. Secondary cortex are simply cortical living parenchyma cells. Phylloderm. Okay. So these are about periderm. So this is the primary epidermis with cuticle and the phellogen. Phellogens are radially arranged rows of cells, and these phellogen may differentiate or cut off no cells towards inside whereas towards outside. When these phellogen, that is co-cambium, may differentiate cells towards outside and are characteristically regularly arranged tiers of cells, and they are protective in functions, are called phellem, whereas coque. These phellem may replace this epidermis. These epidermis may replaced by this phellem, and they act as a protective tissue, and the phellogen may differentiate cells towards inside, are called the phelloderm, whereas secondary cortex. These secondary cortex are simply living parenchyma cells. Okay, and this is simply about periderm. These are the periderm formation. Okay. Now we can differentiate between phellem and phelloderm. Phellem and phelloderm. Phellem and phelloderm. Phellem, phelloderm. Phellem means coque. Phelloderm, secondary cortex. Phellem is formed on the outer side of the phellogen, whereas phelloderm is formed on the inner side of the phellogen. So, outer side of phellogen, whereas inner side of phellogen. And phellem is compactly arranged in regular tiers and rows, that is without intercellular space. The cells are arranged without intercellular spaces, whereas in phelloderm the cells are loosely arranged with intercellular spaces. So the phellem is without intercellular space, whereas phellem is loosely arranged with intercellular space. So phellem is protective in function, whereas phelloderm contains chloroplast, so it can synthesize and store food. Phellem is protective in function, that is it replaces the epidermis and it acts as a protective in function, whereas phelloderm it contains chloroplast, so it can synthesize food and store food. Synthesis and storage of food. Due to the presence of chloroplast in the parenchyma cells. And the phellem is formed of non-living cells with fibrous wall, whereas the phelloderm consists of living cells, parenchymatous in nature, and doesn't have a fibrin. So they are non-living cells with fibrin. So, but the phelloderm are living cells, living parenchymatous cells without fibrin. And in phellem, the lenticels are present, whereas in secondary cortex, that is phelloderm, the lenticels are absent. So, lenticels present, lenticels absent. Okay. So the difference between phellem and phallodon. So phellem simply means cork, whereas phallodon secondary cortex, and it is formed outer side of the phallogen, whereas the cells differentiate towards inner side of the phallogen are secondary cortex, and the phellem is compactly arranged rows of cells without intercellular space, whereas the phallodon means loosely arranged parenchyma cells with intercellular spaces. And the function of phellem is protective in function, whereas the function of phallodon is the synthesis and storage of food due to the presence of chloroplast in the parenchyma cells. The phellem or cork cells are non-living with tuberine deposition on their walls, whereas the phallodon are living cells without tuberine deposition. And the lenticels are present on the phellem, whereas the lenticels are absent on the phallodon. So these are the difference between phellem and phallodon.